discuss the primary role of acetylation as being charge neutralization, as could be seen in this picture, where the non-acetylated lysine residue has a well-defined positive and negative pole. Well, as soon as the acetyl group is being attached to this lysine residue, a new negative region is originating in a previously positively charged region, as could be seen here. And of course, this has an impact on its ability to form hydrogen bond. A non-acetylated lysine has well-defined hydrogen bond donor and acceptor region, as are marked by these purple and green coloration. But after the addition of an acetyl group, a new acceptor region is originating in a previously donor part of the lysine residue. This clearly indicates that this might impact the DNA binding ability of this lysine residue, and of course this means that the group chromatin organization of the cell is also influenced by this acetylation process. Having said that, we know that histone acetylation is very important. We know different types of enzymes which are important for histone acetylation. We know the enzymes which are in fact doing deacetylation, and we also know that if inhibitors of histone acetyl transferases, you will promote deacetylation, and if you add inhibitors for deacetylases, you will promote acetylation. And these inhibitors are normally present in your feeding habit, in your dietary material, and if you do not know what you are doing, what you are eating, you might mess up with those things. So फिर जो आप बाद में क्रीमें इस्तेमाल करते हैं, एंटी एजिंग क्रीम्स, they will not work at all. You could reverse that thing actually. You could reverse that thing actually by nurturing yourself. So this is nature versus nurture. So your feeding habit is in fact determining what you are. So in other words, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. जो जैसा आप खाना खा रहे हैं, अब more or less वैसे बन जाएंगे. So let's have a quick look on the different roles which acetylation is performing. So there are one of the role जो कि physical intrinsic role है histone acetylation का, and this is the opening up of chromatin. So that means it relaxes the chromatin just because the charge on the lysine residue has been neutralized. Lysine has a positive charge, acetyl group has a negative charge. So lysine with a positive charge and acetylation with a negative charge, when joined together, they will neutralize the charge. And one thing which is possible with this reaction is that the DNA chromatin interaction is relaxed, is no more that stringent, is no more that compact. So that is why it will end up with opening up of the chromatin. So chromatin will be relaxed. Similarly, it prevents chromatin compaction, especially the lysine 4, especially the histone 4 acetylation of lysine 16. Okay? So when you talk about 30 nanometer fiber, so in 30 nanometer fiber formation को ये रोकती है lysine 16 के acetylation on histone H4. Second role, so first role, it relaxes the chromatin. Second role, it recruits other proteins which are required for further chemical modifications. So there are chemical modifications which might be associated with histone acetylation. For example, it could be possible a methyl group is subsequently attached after this acetylation, or a phosphorylation is happening on the histone, and it's just because once this protein, this histone has been modified, it recruits other chromatin proteins because they contain bromodomains. ठीक है? Because these bromodomains which are present in these histone acetyl transferases, जिसका हमने जिक्र किया, वो जब इसके साथ बाइंड करेंगे, तो it could be possible that they could further perform other acetone modification, other histone acetyl modifications. For example, it could be possible that lysine 5 की जो acetylation है, उसकी वजह से एक enzyme bind किया chromatin के ऊपर, and this enzyme has subsequently made an other modification. This modification could be another acetylation, this modification could be another methylation, and this modification could be any other thing. So it recruits other chromatin proteins जो कि इनके acetylation के अंदर role play करते हैं. Secondly, that produce, this is a physical thing which is going on here. There's a competitive antagonism which is happening as a result of acetylation. Competitive antagonism mean two different things are rebelling with each other, they are fighting with each other. So either one is dominating or the other one is dominating. So this is a mutually exclusive thing. So either one possibility or there is another possibility. This is called antagonism. As we know, acetylation is happening at lysine residue, and the similar lysine residue we will discuss in future is required for methylation. So either lysine is happening, either acetylation is happening at the lysine residue or methylation is happening at the lysine residue. So in other words, there is a competition going on between acetylation and methylation for this particular lysine residue. So whichever is going to win, it is going to decide what is the futuristic fate of this chromatin. So if lysine 27 is acetylated, the chromatin is active. If lysine 27 is methylated, chromatin is inactivated. So that means there is a competitive antagonism, just like प्रोटीन जहां पर आपको पता है कि एक एंजाइम है और उसके दो इनहिबिटर्स हैं, तो कंपटीशन हो रहा है उनके दरमियान, और विच एवर इज गोइंग टू विन इज गोइंग टू make an allosteric change in that enzyme. The similar thing is happening. There are three different roles. It is relaxing chromatin, it is recruiting other proteins which contains bromodomain. It is doing a competitive antagonism, that means they are changing. So this is a one beautiful picture जो कि मैं आप लोगों को अक्सर क्लास में डिस्कस भी करता हूँ. आज मैं थोड़ी कम डिस्कस करूंगा और आप लोगों से ज़्यादा डिस्कस करवाऊंगा. In order, the basic theme of this picture is the role of histone acetylation in transcription. So we know transcription is a phenomena in which a gene is going to be transcribed into messenger RNA, which is ultimately is translated into a protein. So first thing which is happening at the genome level is that this transcript, this copy of the DNA has to be transcribed into RNA, and for this to happen you have to open up the chromatin. So in this picture the role of acetylation has been discussed with reference to acetylation. So you could see there are 4 different panels which are visible here. So you see these are panel 1, 2, 3, 4. They have named these different panels. These panels are named as H4AC, H3AC, H3 RNA polymerase 2. These are histone 4 acetylation, histone H3 acetylation. Without acetylation, histone H3 and RNA polymerase 2. You have seen all these panels with these numbers जो कि scale आपको नीचे नजर आ रहा है. This scale start with a word which is called transcription start site, which is TSS, and 5 kilobases of 5 kilobases on both sides of transcription start site has been scanned. So 5 kilobases upstream, 5 kilobases downstream. The foundation of the experiment is such that 208 transcription start sites were investigated for their status of histone acetylation. We have categorized these promoters on the basis of their degree of expression. So some of the promoters could be less expressed, some could be more expressed, some could be more high expressed, and some are always expressed. So you have categorized these promoters into 4 different categories. These are just arbitrary number. So P1 are least expressed promoters, P4 are the P4 कौन से हैं? सबसे ज्यादा एक्सप्रेस होने वाले promoters हैं. So these promoters are almost all the time active, and all these promoters which are from these 208 transcription start site were analyze for their acetylation status. So now you have 208 transcription start sites, 4 different types of promoters. We have categorized them कि ये promoter कम एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है, ये प्रमोटर ज्यादा एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है, ये प्रमोटर ज्यादा एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है. इन सब के ऊपर हम ये देखना चाह रहे हैं कि एसिटाइलेशन का क्या नाम है. एंड दीज प्रमोटर्स हैव बीन शोन हेयर विद डिफरेंट कलर्स, जो कि आपको इन ग्राफ्स के अंदर नजर आ रहा है. फॉर एग्जांपल जो P1 प्रमोटर्स है वो ब्लैक कलर में नजर आ रहे हैं, P2 प्रमोटर्स ब्लू कलर में, P3 प्रमोटर्स ग्रीन कलर में, P4 प्रमोटर्स रेड कलर में आपको नजर आ रहे हैं. यू हैव ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन जो मैंने आप लोगों को बताई. We have 4 different types of promoter. We have 208 transcription start site. The experiment was performed and the sequence was scanned on 5 kilobases on both sides for transcription start site. So histone H4 acetylation जहां पर मौजूद थी वहां पर एक मैप जनरेट हुआ. For histone H3 acetylation, this map was generated. For non-acetylated histone, this map was generated. For RNA polymerase 2 binding, this map was generated. So you could tell one thing जो मैं आपको फिर repeat कर दूं, different colors different promoters को show कर रहे हैं. ये जो पोजीशन है एक्स एक्सिस पे ये डीएनए की लोकेशन बता रही है. सो अगर मैं आपको क्लियरली बताना चाहूँ तो मैं बताऊं कि ट्रांसक्रिप्शन स्टार्ट साइट यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रही है ट्रांसक्रिप्शन, ये ट्रांसक्रिप्शन स्टार्ट साइट है, ये ट्रांसक्रिप्शन स्टार्ट साइट है एंड ये ट्रांसक्रिप्शन स्टार्ट साइट है. आप लोग मुझे बताइए आप इसको कैसे देखते हैं, क्या आपको नजर आ रहा है इन सब इस डाटा को जो मैंने आपके सामने बताया. व्हाट आर द इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर्स यू कुड वांट टू हाईलाइट क्विकली.
जो H3 स्टाइलेशन है यहाँ पर अगर इसकी स्टाइलेशन होती है तो ट्रांसक्रिप्शन जो है वो ज्यादा होगी. H3 स्टाइलेशन होगी तो ट्रांसक्रिप्शन ज्यादा होगी.
ओके, एनीबॉडी एल्स कोई और बात कहना चाहे. अब क्यों कह रहे हैं ये
सर ये जो ग्रीन लाइन नजर आ रही है ये तो P3 की है, क्लास P3 की. आप कह रहे थे कि P4 के एक्सप्रेशन सबसे ज्यादा इस प्रमोटर जो है सबसे ज्यादा काम करेगा.
ओके, गुड पॉइंट, आपने बड़ा अच्छा पॉइंट हाईलाइट किया. अभी मैं उसकी तरफ आता हूँ. बेसिकली आर्बिट्रेरी है एक्चुअल सिचुएशन, ऐसा नहीं है कि जीन के ऊपर लिखा हुआ है. सो बिकॉज द एक्सपेरिमेंट जिन्होंने किया ये नेचर जेनेटिक्स के अंदर पेपर 2007 के अंदर पब्लिश हुआ एंड दे हैव कैटेगराइज्ड देम बेस्ड ऑन देयर एक्सप्रेशन लेवल. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको कुछ अगर मैं आपको छोटी सी ऐसी बात बताऊं, फॉर एग्जांपल हम कहते हैं दिस इज अ हाउसकीपिंग जीन एंड दिस हाउसकीपिंग जीन, व्हाई इज दिस हाउसकीपिंग? बिकॉज इट इज ऑलवेज एक्टिव. ऐसे ही है ना. And on the basis of this information you will categorize it in group 4. ऐसे ही है ना. So you will categorize housekeeping gene, for example GAPDH gene in P4, but it is not possible, it is not necessary that all P4 genes are the highest one. It could be possible there is a kind of क्या कहते हैं ना ग्रे एरिया जिनके दरमियान ये लोकेट करते हैं. सो इन अदर वर्ड्स दिस कैटेगराइजेशन इज नॉट हार्ड एंड फास्ट. इट कुड बी पॉसिबल दैट P3 and P4 are more or less the same expression level, but at certain angle we could highlight them as a P4 and we could categorize them for this purpose. Of course P3 जिनको हमने हाईएस्ट एक्सप्रेशन कहा था वो शायद इधर नहीं, लेकिन मैं अभी उसकी तरफ भी आता हूँ. ये पीक बेसिकली एक्सप्रेशन को शो नहीं कर रही. You understand my point? ये peak किसको show कर रही है? This peak is showing acetylation level. This peak is showing. This graph जो कि आपको यहाँ पर नजर आ रहा है, this graph is highlighting the presence of histone H4 acetylation, presence of histone H3 acetylation. So it tells that histone H4 acetylation from -5 to +5 region around transcription start site, and it tells you that histone H4 transpiration level, histone H4 acetylation level is lowest at transcription start site. It are high at both sides of the transcription start site, but as you move away from the transcription start site, this acetylation levels decreases. As you move away from the transcription start site, acetylation level decreases. Histone H4 transcription level. When you talk about different types of promoter, you see that type 3 promoters are more acetylated for histone H4. Similarly, type 4 promoters are also highly acetylated, whereas type 1 and type 2 promoters are less acetylated. Type 1 and type 2. It is understandable because type 1 promoters are least expressed, so that is why there is less acetylation going on here. ठीक है, आपको मेरी बात समझ आई? अब does it make sense now? So
Yes,
these peaks are in fact not to show expression of different promoters. These peaks are for acetylation levels. So histone H4 acetylation level at both sides of transcription start site. Histone H3 levels at both sides of histone acetyl transferase. Could anyone want to tell me now for what is happening for histone H3 acetylation?
सर मिनिमम एसिटाइलेशन हो रही है इसमें H3 में.
कहाँ पर? ट्रांसक्रिप्शन स्टार्ट साइट, जहां से ट्रांसक्रिप्शन स्टार्ट होना है एट दैट पॉइंट. अभी मैं उसकी तरफ आता हूं, जस्ट थोड़ा सा मुझे मौका दीजिएगा. उसके बाद क्या हो रहा है H3 के ऊपर? ट्रांसक्रिप्शन इज इंक्रीजिंग फॉर हिस्टोन H3 एट बोथ साइड्स इमीडिएट नेबर ऑफ द ट्रांसक्रिप्शन स्टार्ट साइट. इमीडिएट नेबर्स के ऊपर एसिटाइलेशन बढ़ रही है, बट एज यू मूव अवे दिस ट्रांसक्रिप्शन इज डिमिनिशिंग. Again you see category 3 promoters are more acetylated and category 4 promoters are more acetylated, whereas category 1 promoters are least acetylated because they are not expressing at all. One thing which जो आपको अभी नजर आ रही है वो ये है कि बेसिकली जहां पर एसिटाइलेशन हो रही है वहां पर आपकी कैटेगरी भी जाहिर हो रही है ना. P3 and P4 promoters are highly expressed, so they are highly acetylated. ऐसा ही नहीं है? आप लोग समझ रहे हैं तो मुझे बताइए. So that means highly expressed promoter which are P3 and P4 they are highly acetylated, whereas least expressed promoter which are P1 and P2 they are less acetylated. H3 panel is used for control and it show the presence of histone H3 in this experiment on both sides of the transcription start site, whereas the RNA polymerase 2 is another control which is a positive control. In other words, because positive control means if there is a transcription going on, how you know that there is a transcription going on? You can know only transcription going on by the presence of RNA polymerase 2, because RNA polymerase 2 is doing the transcription. So if RNA polymerase 2 is present, that means transcription is happening. So you see RNA polymerase 2 is highest at the peak. RNA polymerase 2 is present at the transcription start site, but as you move away from the transcription start site, RNA polymerase 2 is decreasing, which is an indication that transcription is going on and it has started from the transcription start site here. H3 is depleted at the transcription start site. Does that mean anything to you?
यहाँ सर स्टाइलेशन नहीं है इस वजह से.
H3 is depleted. Okay, let's first move on to this slide, which is H4 acetylation. Why H4 acetylation is least at transcription start site? Why it shouldn't be a peak here? यहाँ पर नजर आनी चाहिए. One thing जो कि आपको H3 वाले पैनल में नजर आनी चाहिए, that means the level of histone H3 remains constant. So there is no change, there is no difference in the presence of histone H3. That means the nucleosomes are present everywhere in this area which you are going to start, because this is a control. This is a control for the presence of histone H3, or this is a control for the presence of nucleosome in this area between point -1 to +5. -5 to +5 of transcription start site, and this panel tells you that histone H3s are present everywhere in this area. Histone H3 are present everywhere in this area except this point. And interestingly, this point is transcription start site, which tells you that there is no histone H3 here. Think for a moment. The absence of histone H3 means there is no nucleosome at this area, because without H3 there is no nucleosome at all. Of course, there is no nucleosome without H4, no nucleosome without H2A, H2B. So this is just a control. This panel is a control for the presence of histone H3, presence of nucleosome. This is also a control to tell you that ऐसा नहीं है कि just close to the transcription start site there are more number of histone H3 present, and as you move away there is less number of histone acetylation present. Because अगर ऐसी कोई situation होती तो हमारा ये सारे का सारा डाटा जो कि we have created for histone H4 acetylation and histone H3 acetylation, it is wrong, it is biased. So this is a control which tells you. So there is no nucleosome, that means there is no acetylation of histone H4, there is no acetylation of histone H3. अब आपको समझ आई क्यों नहीं है acetylation? Why there is no histone acetylation at transcription start site?
क्योंकि chromatin नहीं.
Because there is no chromatin here. Why there is no chromatin here? Because there is no nucleosome here. Why there is no nucleosome here? It's an indication, it's another indication that there is a transcription going on here, because this position has been occupied by this RNA polymerase 2. आपको नजर आ रहा है? The highest peak here. So the presence of RNA polymerase 2 means absence of histones, or the presence of histone means absence of RNA polymerase 2. Just think these two panels again. Where there is a peak, RNA polymerase 2 is missing. ठीक है, समझ आ रही है अब आपको? When you found a peak for histone H4, you do not found a peak for RNA polymerase 2, and vice versa. When you found a peak for RNA polymerase 2, you will not find a peak for histone acetylation. Why? Because there is no histones present at that position anymore, or there is no position. Okay, so this is one thing जो मैं आप लोगों को बताना चाह रहा था. पहली बात आप लोगों ने जो सुन ली. Second thing which is a very important point जो मैं again यहाँ पे highlight करना चाहूँगा, वो ये है कि there is a peak in the neighborhood of transcription start site, which tells you that active acetylation has happened at these points, and this is an indication that these points, the chromatin at these points has been relaxed now. So because the chromatin is relaxed, RNA polymerase 2 could move in this direction, or it could move in this direction. So this is a very important picture which tells you many things. First thing, it is directly correlate acetylation with this transcription. So the presence of acetylation is important for transcription. It tells you that acetylation, the presence of RNA polymerase 2 is an indication that there is no chromatin at that position. It tells you that different types of strength of promoter is also somehow associated with the levels of their acetylation. Am I clear? कोई चीज आपको इस स्लाइड के ऊपर पूछनी तो नहीं है?
क्लियर है सर.
ठीक है. Okay. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड इज अबाउट द जस्ट द फाइनल स्लाइड, जिसके बाद मैं आज क्लोज करूंगा, और मैं इसके ऊपर बहुत बताने वाला नहीं हूँ, ये आपके ऊपर मैं छोड़ रहा हूँ, आपने क्या करना है. जस्ट टू क्विक कमेंट्स जो कि मैं आपको बताऊं. दिस द प्रीवियस स्लाइड वाज फॉर प्रोमोटर्स, दिस स्लाइड इज फॉर एनहांसर्स. These enhancer elements are normally present, of course, the far off from the promoter. These are millions of bases away. It could be upstream, downstream, within the genome. These enhancer elements are present, and these enhancer elements do not have a direct role in transcription, but they could enhance the function of transcription. And similarly, these three types of enhancers were arranged on the basis of their ability to modulate to regulate the transcription. For example, these are E3, E2, E1 enhancers. E1 enhancers was least effective. E3 enhancers were most effective enhancers. That means they are powerful enhancers. So 74 enhancer elements were scanned for histone acetylation, and again the peak this is the central point from where this enhancer element is present. The 5 kilobases on both sides of this peak were scanned, and you see this again, these were scanned for this similar thing, this histone H4 acetylation, histone H3 acetylation, and the presence of P300, which is in fact an acetyl transferase, which is again a very important point जो कि मैं आप लोगों से देखना चाह रहा हूँ. So all these enhancers are colored with different colors. E1 are colored blue, E2 are colored green, E3 are colored with red color, and these are peaks जो कि आपको नजर आ रही है. Quickly, which I wanted to tell you is that you could see high peaks, highest level of acetylation at highest peak, and in the middle, which tells you that at the enhancers, all types of enhancers are in fact going through acetylation, especially the E3 enhancers, which is the most powerful enhancers, whereas the green enhancers, which we expect of course कि वो moderately influence कर रहे हैं अपने promoters को, they are least acetylated for histone H4, whereas the histone H3 acetylation is again high for all types of promoters, all types of enhancer elements. Again, the green enhancers, which were E2 enhancers, they do not have of histone acetyl transferases. The presence of P300 is in fact important control, because this tells you that this is an acetyl transferase. This in fact tells you that the acetyl transferase is recruited at this point. This means कि अगर इसकी मौजूदगी में भी अगर एसिटाइलेशन नहीं हो पा रही ग्रीन कलर की, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि these enhancers have less ability to go through acetylation. So that means हमारे ज़हन में एक क्वेश्चन जो उठ रहा था, जो उठना चाहिए कि why E2 enhancers are least E2 enhancers are least acetylated. Is it just because of the presence of acetyl transferase, or it is something else? Now we know that it is not because of the presence of histone acetyl transferase, because it is present as abundantly as it is for other enhancers. I have explained. I am done with this slide. अब मैं मजीद आपके साथ आज के दिन बात नहीं करूंगा. अब आपने कुछ करनी है तो कर ले quickly, 5 minutes and then we are going.